I have decided that there is one vegetable that I will not be growing anytime soon. I grew it this summer in 2020. I grew it, and I had a harvest. And the reason for me not wanting to plant this vegetable again has nothing to do with the amount of effort I had to put into it, but it has everything to do with what I got in return for having grown that plant for so many months. It's just not a good investment. I could better use that super large container for something that'll produce a lot better and give me more harvest than what I got from this one plant that I'm telling you guys I'm not going to be planting again anytime soon. Not only does it take up a fair amount of space, but it also takes a fair amount of time. And it ties up one of my really big planters for several months. And for that, I don't want to continue growing this plant. I'd rather use that container for something else. I can't do it again. I've done it every year, and every year I get something from it, but it's not enough to keep doing it. It takes up a lot of space, and I'm done with it. I was just thinking about how my summer garden went. We've had our first frost that happened day before yesterday. I got the last of my peppers out and the last of my tomatoes out, so I didn't lose anything. I did forget to get the last of my zinnias. I had 4 flowers that were bloomed and beautiful, and then I forgot all about them when I came out in the morning. They were, done. So those were my only casualties for the first frost. So I count that as a win. Yay. But I was thinking about like what I plan on doing again, what worked for me, what didn't, and I think I forgot to mention this. I didn't talk about it a whole lot at the time, but I grew potatoes, and they had sprouted from potatoes that I had in my pantry. I just planted them in some soil. I cut them up and hardened them off and threw them in a big old pail, 17-gallon, and let them grow this summer. And they took off really well. They had some good foliage for a little while, a couple months, and then, they started dying back, and I finally ended up pulling them. And when I pulled them, I got potatoes, but not a lot, just a bunch of nothing substantial, put it that way. Just a bunch of little baby potatoes, and it has been that way for me every year. Every year I grow them, and every year it's the same harvest. So I've decided that this coming spring, summer, fall, whatever, I'm not growing potatoes. It could be because I've always used potatoes that have sprouted in my pantry. I haven't actually bought any slips before, and that could be it. That could totally be it. But I just don't get enough off of them to continue doing that. Maybe if I have like a spare container that I'm not growing something in, I'll throw in some potatoes if I have them. But aside from that, I'm not planning it like I always do. I'm going to, this coming year, repurpose that planter for something else that I can get far more off of. So there you have it. No more potato growing for me. At least not intentionally. If you've had great success with potatoes or you got some tips to give me, please feel free to leave those in the comments. But wish me luck in all my future veggie endeavors. All right, guys. Bye.